Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Shifting Tones, a podcast with nerdy tones and shifting formats. Today, I am your host, Sam. The year is 2025, and I am joined by my wonderful co-host, Spiffy Steffi.
Hello, it is me.
But, as you can tell, there is no Lorissa today.
No!
Unfortunately, she has come down with quite the illness. She wanted me to tell you guys that she died, but she is quite, in fact, alive. She wishes she could be hosting today because she has a fun topic that she will be hosting next week, but this is a filler episode. Don't skip it. I mean, that's what it kind of feels like whenever there's just, the two people.
That's fair.
Yeah, kind of a filler episode, but don't skip it because, man, we got something special for you at the end, but you got to stay and listen for the whole thing.
Ooh, at the end.
Oh, yeah.
Some retention thrown in. Sprinkled in.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, just like a YouTuber, like, I got my 10 friends to do this, and if you stay till the end, you'll see what they won.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Steph, how are you besides frozen in the tundra that you are in?
Oh, I'm great. My winter break has been extended 2 extra days, so I still have yet to go back to work. Now, by the time this episode comes out, I will have been returned to the classroom.
Hopefully.
But hopefully. I should. But yeah. It's been very lovely having that like extended time. We even had some neighbor kid offered to plow our driveway. I mean, We paid, of course. There was a fee, but it was so nice because we didn't have to go out and shovel anything. So
now I'm curious.
Yeah.
Are you shoveling the whole driveway, the gravel portion as well?
That's what our neighbor did for us.
And it's just a kid doing this?
Yeah, but they had a bobcat.
Oh, okay. Like a sled. I'm imagining, because you guys have a very long driveway. Yes. I'm imagining a kid with one shovel on the gravel of all things, too.
No, out in the country, people typically will like put like snow plows on their trucks,
right,
or like their gator carts,
yeah.
Or in this case, they just had a bobcat and they plowed it for us. The only thing I did was I plowed our sidewalk and that was it. But that was short and easy. So
I just imagine you guys being like, "Hey kid, here's $5. Go plow this quarter-mile long driveway."
No, so we're not trapped anymore. I don't know how much snow you guys got, but we got about, 10, 12 inches.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we probably get about, I was telling your husband, we probably get about like 4 to 6 inches. It was like, you get the snow drifts in some parts, and I can usually tell by Pico when he's in the snow, how much Pico does it cover?
Yeah.
He just jumps in the snow and he's like either halfway in the snow or just sticking out a bit.
Aww.
So, yeah, he's one of those, he's a little dog where if he's out there for more than like 2 minutes, one of his paws, not all of them, just one of his paws usually gets too cold and he picks it up and starts shaking it as if he broke it. And I have to pick him up and carry him inside.
Oh my God. What a baby.
I know. I got to be one of those bougie dog owners and get like little mittens for his paws and a little
snow boots. Yeah.
Yep. Snow boots and a coat. He does have his little fat man jacket where he puts it on, he looks fat, which I like.
Yeah. But I mean, the snow, that was nice. That was the reason I got 2 additional snow days.
Right.
So that was awesome. But other than that, I've just been kind of working on a new YouTube video. I'm trying to get that hopefully up this week.
Oh, very exciting. I didn't know about this.
Yeah, this has been a little project I've been working on. So for those of you who know, like I was part of this Minecraft server and I initially was like, okay, let me do one last event because I kind of want to be done with it in a way.
Right.
Not like done with it, but I think I kind of want to stop making videos on it here soon.
Specifically for this thing.
Yeah, because it's like I'll still play on it and get on every once in a while. And if like someone on the server wants to like collab and do a video together, I'm not opposed to it, of course. But I think I just want to personally move on to different projects that I want to do.
Gotcha.
So, because I feel like on a public Minecraft server with other people involved, you need to be collaborating. And it's been kind of hard to get in touch with people to make stuff. So I don't want to fully be relying on other people,
Right, absolutely.
And I've got other ideas that I want to move on to, so I kind of want to go forward with those. But I'm doing kind of this last like video with it as like a big hurrah. Now, of course, my mind could always change. If I ever wanted to, I could of course make videos again for it. Yeah. But there's just other stuff I kind of want to try in the meantime. So
other games besides Minecraft, or
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
LOTR?
No. and not Halo 2 before you ask that one next.
Betrayal.
So you're not getting my sub. I told Steph probably years ago now at this point
Years.
that she started streaming on Twitch, and I'm a follower of hers on Twitch, but I'm not going to subscribe until she streams Halo 2 and plays the campaign fully through.
I played, I think I told you, I played Halo 1, but that was
Yeah.
before streaming or YouTube was even super big. But I played Halo 1, the original, quite a bit. And then I got jump scared so bad I haven't touched it
Oh my
since.
goodness. I know exactly what you're talking about, yes.
But I used to love playing the online version with Halo 1 with like Capture the Flag. On the servers. Yeah. It was so fun.
Yeah, Halo was always the GOAT of like online gaming back in the day before. I mean, Call of Duty and Halo kind of came out at the same time, but Halo was just, to me,
I think before like social media really blew up into what it is now. Like right before, kind of like when RuneScape was big too. It was kind of like Halo and RuneScape. I feel like were the big two.
Growing up, I would go over a buddy's house, and Friday night, Saturday night, we'd get a pizza and some pop, and just hang out for a little bit, maybe watch a movie, and then at like I don't know, starting at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, it was Halo 2 campaign all the way till like 5 in the morning, just busted out. I don't, we probably beat it, we probably didn't, who knows, but we would that's all we would do all night. We'd try to find like ways to get out of the map and try to find the hidden skulls and the little Easter eggs. And again, this was before being able to easily look it up on the internet. So it was like you heard a rumor, or somebody's like, "Oh, I read in this guide, if you do this, So that was very fun. That was good nostalgic memories.
Yeah, but other than that, haven't really done much of anything.
Yeah, I get it.
It's just been more so editing, but I am almost, I would say, like a good 3/4 of the way done.
Oh, impressive.
So it should be coming out hopefully soon. So
nice. Well, we will be looking forward to it.
Ooh. Yeah, that's the only like personal project I've been kind of focusing on. Cleaning the house a little bit too on my time off, but
that's
boring. What about you? I know. What about you, Sam? What have you been up to?
What have I been up to? I feel like I've been, I don't know. I feel like it's been kind of, besides work, just like kind of lazy time. And I know that sounds silly because it's the beginning of the year. It's supposed to be new year, new you. But I've just been like, I've been playing a lot of LOTR. Love that game.
I can tell.
Yeah. No, it's so fun. It's such an easy, like, I got nothing going on. I'll sit down for like, a little bit and just hop on my phone and play a game or two. And then just, I can put it away, which is nice. Playing video games with friends, hanging out with family, of course. I did play 2 new games, which one was Quicks. It's been out for quite a while. Yeah, it's a dice game. It's very like similar to Yahtzee because it's just you got a pad of paper and dice, and it has to do with like the color of dice you have and trying to match up the numbers. Very simple, but a little strategy based. And then I played Squirrel, the card game.
I've never heard of that either.
You would hate it because it is so similar to Skip-Bo.
I can't stand Skip-Bo.
I know you hate Skip-Bo. So you have like these 4 piles of 3 cards in front of you that have a card face up on each of them and in your hand. And the point is to get rid of all your cards, but you also have to play off your pile. And there's different effects, kind of like in Uno. We very much enjoyed it because it's a little competitive, and it was me, Lorissa, and her family. And when we play board games, it gets a little competitive sometimes. But,
okay.
Yep. Yeah, I don't want to say it, but there was a little bit ganging up on Sam in the first game. Everyone might have scored 0 points, and I might have scored 195 in the first game, which isn't good.
Oh, you put a big old target on your back then with that.
Yeah, I ended up coming in 3rd, so that was good.
Okay, not too bad. Out
of 4.
Oh, not good.
Not good. It was just a little family thing. Oh, we also did a gingerbread cookie contest where me, Larissa, and her mom all did gingerbread cookies. We were supposed to do it on Christmas, but based on timing and stuff, we ended up doing it on New Year's Day. Okay. And then we took some pictures and sent it to Larissa's sister and her boyfriend, and then to my family's group chat to vote on. So, I don't know, we had 10 people vote on.
Yeah, I forgot New Year's was even a thing that happened.
I came in 2nd, with my Ginger Dead Man. So these gingerbread cookies had holes. Well, they were all different. Mine was a gingerbread man. Larissa's mom was a tree, and Larissa had a snowman. But all of them had a little hole in the top of them to make an ornament out of it.
Okay.
So I used the hole to my advantage and put red icing around to look like blood, and then bit off the arm and the leg and put red on there, and then put green everywhere to make it look like a zombie, and put X's for its eyes. It was perfect.
Ooh.
Got about 3 or 4 votes.
Creative. Yeah.
But Larissa's mom ended up winning. I think Larissa's always extremely artsy. and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes goes for the clean play, the safe route, just trying to be very specific, very, what's the word I'm looking for? Like
Traditional?
finesse. Yeah, traditional, trying to finesse everything. And I think some people are voting on creativity. I don't know. I'm not the judge there. I'm just the artist.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so hopefully she'll bring out the win next year. But maybe I will. Who knows? I feel like I'm always in second place when we do it. We've been doing it every year for a while now. So other than that,
Okay.
I actually don't have a controversial corner this week.
Whoa, that's controversial in
That is
itself.
controversial in itself. Yeah, I think with everything going on with Larissa being sick, busy weekend, a lot of running around. We went to a couple antique stores and thrifting with my dad and got some Korean barbecue. That was really fun.
Ooh.
I just didn't have time. Like I don't know. But we can just go ahead and jump into this episode for today if you're cool with that.
Ooh, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that.
Cool, cool, cool. All right, so today's episode, since there's just the two of us,
Mm-hmm.
and it was kind of a last minute idea, I decided to do Two Truths and a Lie, Nerdy Edition.
Oh.
So two of us, two
Uh-oh.
truths and a lie, kind of works. So I
Okay.
have
So
prepared.
this is mostly testing me.
This is just testing your nerdy knowledge, Steph.
Okay.
So it's a slew of different questions, things that we're familiar with, kind of comfortable with, some that
Okay.
you might not be. And I've prepared quite a bit. I hope we don't blast through them too quickly. You just, I'll read them off to you. You tell me which one you think is a lie, and then give me your reasoning, and I'll let you know if you're right or wrong. Okay?
Okay. I will try my best. Though
So
I don't know if my best is going to be good enough, but we will try.
your best is always good enough, Steph.
Thanks, Sam.
Of course. So we're going to start off with something that you're very comfortable with, very familiar with.
Naruto.
Kind of. So the
okay.
first topic is shonen anime.
Nice. Okay.
So I'm going to give you 3 little prompts. You just tell me which one is false, okay?
Okay.
So number 1, the first One Piece opening song is called We Are. Number 2, in Naruto, Kakashi has written over 5 novels. And in number 3, the creator of My Hero Academia said that All Might's design was inspired by American superheroes.
The Naruto one is false
Okay.
because Kakashi didn't write any books. He reads them, and he didn't even. I don't know where the number 5 came from because Jiraiya wrote 4. Was it 3 or 4 books?
I think Jiraiya wrote 4 books. I think the 4th one was about Naruto.
Yeah, because he wrote 3 novels, erotic novels in the show. Kakashi read. He never writes. So.
Absolutely. You are correct, Steph.
Thank
That
you.
is the lie. So pretty easy one to start off with.
Okay. I'm guessing they scale up in difficulty.
I mean, maybe.
Kinda.
That's
depending.
your wheelhouse, though.
Okay.
You know? Steph, what's your absolute favorite thing right now? What's the one thing that you've been gushing over that you might have seen 2 or 3 different times?
What's the thing? Are you saying what's the thing I'm hyper fixating on right now?
Yeah.
Because you can come out and say it.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, okay.
Right? That's what you're hyper fixating on right now, kind of, right?
I kind of have multiple going on right now.
Well, that's classic stuff.
It's classic me, but yes, go ahead.
So the next one is 3 Sonic the Hedgehog related questions.
Okay. Now I'm not super lore filled with Sonic, but we'll try.
Okay. None of these have to do with the movie. So, number 1, Sonic was originally supposed to be a rabbit before becoming a hedgehog for his early designs. Number 2, Sonic's iconic red shoes were inspired by Michael Jackson's Bad Music video. And number 3, Dr. Robotnik's design was inspired by a caricature of Albert Einstein.
Oh my, I have no idea. Wow. So initially, I don't know, my gut was just saying the first one.
Okay.
It could be the shoes though, for sure. But I don't know, the rabbit one just feels weird. I feel like I've just never heard that ever.
Okay.
Because I feel like a lot of times when you hear, I knew Mario's like Jumpman, right?
Jumpman, yeah, absolutely.
You kind of hear origins more commonly said like that. So I feel like for me to not have heard like, oh, Sonic was actually supposed to be this, like, I don't know, I've just never heard that. So that's kind of why I was thinking that.
Okay, so you're going with Sonic was not originally supposed to be a rabbit.
Yes.
All right. Unfortunately, you are incorrect.
Oh, okay.
The lie is Dr. Robotnik's design was inspired by a caricature of Albert Einstein because it was actually inspired by a caricature of Theodore Roosevelt.
Oh.
A little twisty twist there.
That was that one I did not consider at all, so...
Yeah, so when they originally were designing Sonic the Hedgehog, the protagonist, I don't know if it was technically quote-unquote Sonic himself, but the original protagonist design was a rabbit, that was able to grasp objects with its ears. And
Okay.
then the concept proved to be too complex for the game design for the hardware. So they
Mm-hmm.
just moved to an animal that could roll into a ball because
They
it
were
wasn't
like,
hard to
never
make
mind.
a ball. Yep.
Okay, yeah, I did really bad on that one.
It's okay. It's okay. We're 1-1. We're not too
Okay,
bad. Yeah.
okay, okay.
All right.
Also, pause. Have you
Yeah.
seen the third movie yet for Sonic?
No, not yet. I know I need to. I know.
Man. Okay.
Okay. So this one might be I'm not sure about this one because I got some different answers on it, but what I was able to find, I don't know. So this one is early
Okay.
2000s cartoons. Okay.
Okay.
And we will go with number 1. The creators of Avatar The Last Airbender actually consulted and worked with professional martial artists to design the bending styles.
Okay.
Number 2, Ed, Edd n Eddy was the longest running Cartoon Network original series of its time. And 3, the Powerpuff Girls were originally named the Sugar Sweet Sisters.
I feel like it's Ed, Edd n Eddy might be the lie. It kind of seems obvious, but I just don't think that was the longest. Like, I just don't recall there being that many episodes. I feel like, what was the first one again?
The creators of Avatar The Last Airbender
Oh yeah,
consulted with professional martial artists.
that sounds true. I could be wrong though, but I feel like it's Ed, Edd n Eddy.
You going with
I
Ed,
feel
Edd
like
n Eddy?
that's the lie.
Okay, Steph, I hate to break it to you, but you are the liar because
Oh.
the real one is actually the Powerpuff Girls.
Dang, it's just all the ones where I'm like, that could be true, and I just don't even consider it.
Yeah, they were originally called the Whoop-Ass Girls. And
Oh,
so the original creator, I don't remember his name,
that's
when he was
funny.
like in school, created this like short form and presented it to like a film festival and got it through and then passed on to Cartoon Network eventually.
And they're like,
Another
hey, we love the concept, but the name's gotta go.
right. For the Avatar one, I had an Avatar comic book in 7th or 8th grade, I remember.
Mm-hmm.
And when you flip through it, it showed you the martial artists that they worked with and how they designed their styles for like the water bending and the fire bending, and each one is based on a different style of martial arts.
I feel like I knew that, just, or at least it sounded the most true because I think the creators, you can tell they put a lot of love and effort into the show. So I think that one didn't quite surprise me.
Right.
Man, I started off strong. And
So
then
when I
I
was looking
fell
at
off.
questions for this one, I got a Kim Possible one,
Oh.
but I got conflicting answers on it when I was doing research. So I wasn't sure if it was true or false, because some were saying it's true, some were saying it was false, which was Kim Possible's iconic ringtone is actually based on the Morse code for Kim, which I thought was super interesting if that was true. But then I'm thinking about the ringtone is just like doot 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 doot, and I'm like,
Yeah.
how is that Kim? Like I don't know Morse code, but I don't know. Maybe it's Kim. I really don't know.
I feel like it's all just beeps, right? Like doo 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 doo. But
Yeah, but I guess
not
if
like anything long. I don't
yeah,
know.
unless that first doot is a little bit longer for the
I have
K. I
no
really have
idea.
no idea.
I don't know Morse code either.
All right. So, Steph, I mean, not too bad. You got one right so far. You should feel a little confident.
Okay.
Or not confident at all, because the next one we're going into is popular video games.
Okay.
So, you wouldn't be a nerd if you didn't know popular video game lore and information and
Ooh, there's a lot of video
statistics.
games out there though.
There are a lot. These ones are, your main video
Okay.
games. All right. So, I'm tossing you a softball with number 1, okay?
Okay.
Mario was originally called Jumpman in Donkey Kong.
Ain't no way we already talked about that.
I
That's so
know,
funny.
it's weird.
Okay.
Okay. The first Halo game was actually meant to be a real-time strategy RPG game.
How did we talk and preview both
Right?
Jumpman and Halo in this episode before
It's
even
weird.
getting to this?
Very weird predictions. Steph the
Okay.
Psychic. And number 3, Link has spoken a full sentence in one Legend of Zelda game.
Ooh. I feel like that's false. The Link one. I just feel like I mean, possibly, but I feel like I would know about that. I don't know much about Halo lore. That could be true. I guess with like the design.
Yeah, have you ever played Halo
game?
Wars?
No. Don't even know if I know about that. But I'm gonna say Link. I just feel like he's been pretty consistent by not talking.
Okay, you're going with the Link, and you are right,
Oh,
Steph.
thank goodness.
Yeah, so Link has actually never had full dialogue in any of the games. He's had words, his famous hiya and
Well,
different
those are
like
like grunts and
yeah.
yells.
There was the Legend of Zelda TV show that briefly aired too, the cartoon. I don't know if he actually had dialogue in there. I have to assume he did because it was a cartoon.
Yeah, but that's not a video game
Right, right.
now.
And there is talks of a future live action Legend of Zelda game, or movie, which I'm surprised they've never done actually.
I think
It
I
feels like it
feel
would
like
be easy.
Zelda.
It's easy content.
Yeah, but I feel like you're either like a ride or die type of Zelda franchise person, right? Because it's like
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
talked about that often. I feel like Zelda and Zelda games. I think it's beloved by a lot of people, but I don't think a lot of people are actively still talking about Zelda. If that makes sense.
Probably because it's just specific to Nintendo, perhaps. It's not like
Yeah,
cross-platform.
which could be.
But I mean, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, a lot of people say is the best video game ever made.
I know, but I never hear people talk about it.
Right, that's true. What I will say is, I do believe that if they were to create a Legend of Zelda live action movie, they should use the Twilight Princess storyline. Because I'm pretty
Oh,
sure in the Twilight Princess, that's where Zelda you can become Sheik, I believe, if I remember correctly.
okay. I have not played anything outside of Wind Waker.
Okay, you should play more games. Wait,
Yeah.
doesn't your husband love Minish Cap
I have no idea.
for the
Maybe.
Game Boy Advance? I believe you should play it. Just
I'd
take
have
your
to
time.
see if
Maybe stream a Zelda game, perhaps,
that's true. I could. We'll
or
see.
Halo 2. Yeah. All right, Steph, are you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
All right, this is right up your alley. This is like the one thing that I know you know more of than anybody else on this podcast. Next topic is MCU movies.
Oh. Oh.
These are very
Okay.
questions. I'm not going into super deep lore for the
Thank
movies. Like,
goodness.
well, if you actually look at the background here. All right. So, number one, Thanos was originally planned to be the main villain in the first Avengers movie. Number two, Robert Downey Jr. completely improvised the line, I am Iron Man, in the first Iron Man movie. And number three, Tom Holland accidentally revealed spoilers for the Avengers Infinity War movie in interviews where they actually had to tell him to stop speaking in interviews.
So I think the third one is true. Uh, I'm gonna say the improvised line, the second option. I just feel like improvising I am Iron Man. Like I feel like I don't know. I feel like that's just such a common thing to say. I don't see it.
Right. Feels like it was a given.
Yeah, I don't. I'm gonna say that one.
Okay. And so I'm going to say that you are wrong.
Oh,
It was
it was either that or
it was the Thanos one,
Thanos.
yeah.
Okay.
Loki was always planned to be the main villain in the first one.
Oh.
Thanos was the overarching villain, I think, because I believe at the very end of the first Avengers movie, or it could have been Avengers Age of Ultron at the end, there's a Thanos cameo, actually completely portrayed by a different actor and different rendering where he was much more purple.
Yeah, I haven't even seen the Thanos be featured in like a movie, so
Yeah, he's an interesting villain. A lot of people respect him as a villain. I don't know. He's kind of just, to me, the boring villain where he's like, well, if you really think about my reasoning, it's actually not too bad. And sometimes I'm like, I just kind of want a villain to be a villain who's like just a butthead for no reason.
mhm,
I don't need
mhm.
him to have reasoning. I just want him to be like, I'm just evil because I like evil. That'd be
Well,
cool.
I think a lot of people like reasoning, because a lot of people kind of develop or they like to see like what drives people to do it. But yeah, I do agree. I think they should have more villains that are just evil for evil's sake.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm glad we're on the same page. All right. Next one, Steph.
Uh huh.
Since we're in the movie category, let's stay there.
Ooh,
And let's
okay.
shift over to another nerdy topic, which is going to be popular nerdy movies. So this one will include Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, and Harry Potter for you.
Okay.
Your big three, if I remember correctly.
Right.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Number one, Luke Skywalker's original name was actually Luke Starkiller. Number two, the One Ring was forged by Sauron, actually, in the fires of Mount Doom. And number three, the first Hogwarts headmaster was Godric Gryffindor.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure the Harry Potter one's true. So now I got a 50-50 on the first or the second one.
Yep, Luke Starkiller or Sauron.
Ooh. I don't remember. I don't. Okay, so I sat, I sat through like a 12 plus hour marathon. I think it was like
Yes.
14 hours of the extended cuts of Lord of the Rings. And I'm pretty sure I blocked out all thought and lore from that marathon.
Sounds like you need another marathon then.
No, God, no. I didn't see the light of day that whole day, and that was awful. But to be honest with you, I can't even remember where the ring came from. So I'm gonna just say the Lord of the Rings one is false. I don't know. I can't recall anything.
Okay, Steph, you're saying the Lord of the Rings one is false. The Lord of the Rings says you're false.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the answer is actually the one you were most confident in, which is the Harry Potter one.
What? Okay, well, listen. I haven't seen Harry Potter stuff since I was a kid, so I don't remember anything from that either. I was like, that sounds reasonable, so I'll just leave that as true.
Yep, I'm sorry. So,
That's okay. Yeah, I just sorry, I'm still thinking about that time. You brought me back to the Lord of the Rings marathon night, and I'm just like
triggered
having
Steph.
war flashbacks. No, I'm not kidding. We started at like 8 o'clock in the morning or something. And at one point they were like, the sun's coming in the blinds, like the window too much. We can't see the TV. So they shut the blinds, and the blinds were shut the whole day.
That's really good.
No, because we were watching for like 12 to 14 hours, and we had the window had like curtains over it. So it was just like a pitch black room with just the TV on. Dude, it was a lot.
Was this first semester before I met you?
No, this was in like 2017.
Oh, okay. So it was just at one of the apartments. I wasn't there.
Yes, and it
Gotcha,
was
okay.
a lot.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know why you weren't there, but it was.
Probably just you guys.
It was
the
a
four
day.
of you guys hanging out, yeah. So if you want those stuff, what I would recommend is that you watch the new movie that just came out, the animated one, The War of the Rohirrim, and then you watch the first 2 seasons of the Rings of Power, and then you watch the Hobbit movies, all 3 of those, and then you watch the Lord of the Rings movies. Make sure you watch the extended cut, the director's cut, all that stuff to get
It
all
sounds
the
like
in-depth.
hell. I'm sorry. For anyone who likes Lord of the Rings, I just can't. I don't even like that type of like fantasy world, even, like that world building type of environment. What is that called? Like fable? Fantasy?
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I don't like it.
Yeah, medieval fantasy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had done that once with friends. Just the first 3 movies, so we didn't do The Hobbit or anything. And we watched the extended versions. And same kind of thing, we got there bright and early and went to a buddy's house, and we were doing so well, and then we were like, hey, let's take a break to get food.
Mm-hmm.
So we ran to the store to get things to make homemade pizza. And our friend was like, I'm a chef, I got this, I know what I'm doing. And so he wanted to be extra fancy, and we were making like barbecue chicken pizzas. He's like, oh, I'm gonna put some glazed sauteed onions on the pizza. And we're like, okay, that's fine. But he used like old expired cooking wine that he had in the back of like his cabinet, which we didn't know was old expired cooking wine. He was just like, oh yeah, you saute things in wine sometimes, like you cook it in there.
He was just testing it out.
Just testing it out. Being
also,
a little
who
fun.
uses wine to make pizza? What?
It was just to like cook the onions in, I guess.
Yeah, but
I don't know. He does, because we were trying new things, and I don't know.
Okay.
We all got food poisoning, and we were out of commission for like 3 or 4 days from it.
I'm gonna knock on wood. I have never experienced food poisoning.
Well, you really should go eat some raw chicken.
No, God, no.
No, Shifting Tones does not condone food poisoning, regardless of Lorissa right now, which may or may not be food poisoning. We don't know. Not because of me. Nothing I did.
You sure about that? I'm just kidding.
All right, Steph, I got one more for you. That's all I got cooked up. So hopefully that's okay.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I'm tanking this anyway. So.
It's okay. This one will be worth 10 points, Steph.
Whoa. Okay. All the marbles.
That's right.
And then after, I have a question for you. Something I've been thinking about recently.
Oh, okay,
so
okay.
I have a little discussion afterwards. An accusation, if you will.
Absolutely.
Nothing too crazy, but okay.
Wow, okay. I'm kind of nervous now.
Nope.
All right, question number 1. The smallest Titan in Attack on Titan is only 4 meters tall.
Okay.
Number 2, in Demon Slayer, Guillaume loses his eyesight not from a demon, but from an early childhood high fever. Number 3, One Piece was actually originally called Romance Dawn.
Ooh.
I'm hitting you with a banger at the end.
Yeah, I think it's the One Piece one.
Okay.
I think the Titan, there were little Titans. They were always really funny with Attack on Titan,
Yeah,
watching
big
them
nose,
run.
big eyes, goofy running.
But I don't know the official, like, I'm sure if you go into like the books that, like, they probably say it in the manga somewhere or something.
Right.
Or the fact books or something, or in an interview. I don't know. But there were little guys out there.
There
So
were little
I
guys.
could see that. So what was the second one? What'd you say? I blanked.
In Demon Slayer, speaking of blank,
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Guillaume lost his eyesight.
Guillaume, he's the blind one with the beads that cries, yeah?
Yeah, yep, yeah.
He
He's the leader
was
of the Hashira.
Yeah, he was blind before demons attacked anyway. I think it is the One Piece one.
I think it's a One Piece one. You don't
Yeah.
believe it was called Romance Dawn?
No, it could have though.
It absolutely could have, because that is, in fact, the truth.
Oh.
In 1996, while working on as an artist's assistant, Ichiro Oda created 2 manga stories named Romance Dawn. They featured One Piece's protagonist Luffy trying to become the Pirate King. And these stories became the first chapter of One Piece manga 1 year later.
Wow.
Gome did lose his eyesight due to a fever. Had nothing to do with fighting demons. The smallest size of a Titan can actually be 3 meters tall, 10 feet, not
so
4 meters.
Tricked. Yeah. Okay, so that's what it was.
Yep, 3-year red herring there.
Okay, so all right.
So I mean, overall, I think you got what, 2 right
2
out of 5. I don't know out of how many, but
not good enough.
Not good enough. You don't win today's prize. Yeah.
No.
Today's prize was $5,000 cash.
That's crazy.
Crazy, yeah.
Well. Maybe next time.
Maybe next time, unfortunately.
No,
that could have went right to our Patreon account.
Speaking of One Piece, that actually is a perfect transition, because I want to ask you, because my husband and I, as everybody knows, the dear listeners, we've been watching One Piece. We're at like 817, I think, right now. We're like 820s or so, early 800s. Right. Now, my question is, I remember before you asked me this question, like, oh, Steph, have you met Big Mom yet? Have you gotten to know Big Mom? I'm in the 800s now, and yes, I've gotten to know her and the character. My question is how do you, Sam? Because you claim that you have not seen a lot of One Piece, and like that you just never liked the style. I'm like, there's no way Sam has sat and watched 800 episodes to say, oh, I don't really like One Piece. But how did you come to know Big Mom?
So, because I don't like One Piece.
I'm so like confused.
What I will say is, I don't like One Piece. I did enjoy playing the card game to the point where I bought a starter deck. I think I told you that.
Yes, you did.
And a couple boosters. And if you remember correctly, before we started playing, I was able to name 20 One Piece characters.
Yes, that did happen.
Unfortunately, this is only due to my TikTok knowledge that people will sometimes do, trying to build the strongest team of Naruto characters or Dragon Ball Z characters, or trying to build the perfect Straw Hat crew. And so I get sucked into those sometimes. And so I've learned random characters.
So you get spoiled on characters.
I don't even know if it's spoiled on characters, because like the actual character itself doesn't bother me. I do know a spoiler about a specific character that I don't know has happened yet or not in the show.
Okay, don't say it, just in case.
A main character, yeah. Have any of your main characters died yet, Steph?
If you're referring to the brother, then yes.
Oh, is that his brother?
Who? You can...
I don't know.
Hold on,
I know a name.
An A?
Yep, okay, yep.
Okay, yes. Okay. Yes, I sobbed like a baby.
I figured. Okay. Yeah. I found out about that spoiler like a year or so ago, and I was like, oh, this would be a fun thing to tell Russian Steph.
No,
because I assumed it happened in like one of the first few episodes. I don't know.
No, it's in like the 500s.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's like 400 or 500 or so. Like it's pretty far in.
Yeah.
No, but we're in the 800s. So I was like, how the heck? I was thinking about this because I was like, we're just now getting into like her story, and I'm like, how does he know about her? And like, when you were like, oh, have you gotten to meet Big Mom? And I'm like, it made it sound like you have been watching like that far in. And I'm like, how has he watched that far in and not liked One Piece at that point?
All right, I'm 850 episodes in, still not feeling it. Maybe I'll give it another 850.
Right? That's how I was like, I was so baffled. So that was my accusation because I was confused.
No, I just assumed, based on everything I've seen of Big Mom, I assumed she was like a main like antagonist or protagonist from like season 3 or something
No.
because of how much she's talked about in like these TikTok videos and online and One Piece stuff.
That's crazy. We're only like maybe I don't know. I don't actually know. We're either halfway through or 2/3 of the way through the arc right now. So
Where she's featured.
yeah.
Gotcha.
So we're still in like the thick of it, basically. So
Interesting. Okay.
but it was just like since we were like on that arc where that character appears, in my head it always stuck with me where you're like, Steph, did you get to see Big Mom yet? And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Good. I'll keep hitting spoilers your way.
No, please don't.
So when Luffy dies,
that's crazy.
See, that wouldn't be a spoiler for Dragon Ball because Goku dies at least once a season and then comes back and then dies and then comes back.
I will say I've seen like maybe very few episodes like off and on in my life, but my favorite thing that I know of Dragon Ball that I have not watched and seen is that Vegeta becomes a dad and gets the dad stash. I think that
he does, yeah,
is peak. Yep. And I haven't even seen it. So,
and to be fair, I don't think the dad stash is canon anymore because I do believe that was Dragon Ball GT, and Dragon Ball GT is no longer canon. Now they're doing Dragon Ball Daima, which is similar to Dragon Ball GT's story. Yeah,
we talked about it. Like we were saying that once we get caught up in One Piece, like we're gonna go and watch some of the bigger animes that we've missed, like Jujutsu Kaisen, Spy Family. But
Dragon Ball Z.
Well, I was gonna say we were talking about maybe doing Dragon Ball, but in order.
Yeah, so like you start
watching
with
all of them in order.
OG Dragon Ball, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's honestly like, did you guys skip all the filler for One Piece?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's not that much actually.
There's an entire arc of filler in Dragon Ball, and it's like one of my favorite Dragon Ball arcs, but it's filler technically.
That's funny.
So I think you should still watch it. It's called the Garlic Jr. Saga. Oh. It's actually pretty cool, yeah.
That sounds fun.
It is. So, one of the facts I was going to hit you with for the Two Truths and a Lie is, did you know that for Dragon Ball, for the manga originally, the reason that Goku looks the way he does when he goes Super Saiyan
is because the mangaka didn't want to keep coloring in his hair,
yes,
right?
Yes, absolutely, yeah. He was like, well, I can just make it white and just make it completely see-through. It doesn't have to have color to it.
Yeah, I think that's awesome.
That's hilarious. Okay.
Hey, but it works, right? It's like...
Absolutely. So, listeners, you guys stay to the end. This is kind of a short episode. We've been usually running around 55 minutes to an hour for most of our episodes. But this one coming in at, like, I don't know, anywhere from 40 to 45 minutes, depending on the editing. But since you stay till the end, the big surprise is that it's our birthday this weekend.
Woo!
And that's right. It is Shifting Tone's birthday. And that is Steph's birthday, Lorissa's birthday, and Sam's birthday. We are back to back to back days of birthdays. And normally
it is kind of funny, actually, now that you think about it. We're all the podcast people, and then we also have a birthday back to back to back.
Absolutely. So normally we do a birthday themed episode, but because Larissa was sick and because this was last minute, I didn't really have anything to do. And I was like, oh, maybe I can have Steph, like we could plan the perfect birthday party for us. I'm like, well, we've kind of already done that in different episodes. So I just hit you with the Two Truths and a Lie. Hope you enjoyed it.
No, I did. It makes me realize I'm not that knowledgeable.
It's okay. It's random facts that don't actually matter. So thank you guys so much for staying to the end. Thank you for listening. And because you stayed to the end and because you're such a great supporter of our show, why don't you go ahead and, like us on social media, give us a follow, give us a comment on like Spotify. I think you can do that. Give us 5 stars. Why don't you go over on YouTube, subscribe to our channel, and then watch the videos and then like them and leave a comment. Why don't you do that, huh? Ooh. If you like us so much, huh? Don't you want to marry us?
Jeez, okay. Simmer down.
Yeah, sorry. All right. I'm just so excited because our fan base is so amazing.
Aw.
I did have a listener reach out today, asking again about the Patreon and wondering if the pyramid scheme was true and if they could be at the top of the pyramid. 100% true. I don't think it's illegal to, do a vocal pyramid scheme where you get friends to listen. You can be at the top. If you are the first person to get people to like start listening to our show, why not run your pyramid? Or maybe that's what we should do, is like a race to the top of the pyramid kind of thing. That'd be fun, like Amazing Race, but to our pyramid scheme. Who knows? So that's what I got to say. Follow us on social media at Shifting Tones Pod and do all that stuff I told you to do. You can follow Steph at Spiffy Steffi on all social media. You can follow Lorissa at Larissa.Schaefer.
Woohoo!
And you can follow me at Sir Captain Sam.
Boo. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
Go ahead and unfollow Steph on all social media
No.
platforms. Leave horrible comments on her YouTube video saying she's a poopy head.
Wow.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. Well, that's all I got. And thank you for listening. And we will see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.